Wow, setting up for today's video made me realize how much more often I need to be cleaning out my makeup collection. Like way more often than twice a year. This needs to happen on the regular people. It's like a really organized version of hoarders back there. Hello everyone, I'm here today to share with you guys another round of makeup that I may or may not be throwing away into the bin to be donated. These are products that I have not used in a while, and in one or maybe two cases haven't used at all, and I just keep not using it because new stuff comes in. So I need to test it out today and decide if it's worth keeping. So make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos every Thursday and also on Sunday. And without further ado, let's get into this. So I'm gonna start with the brows because I just feel like I can't do my eye makeup until my brows are complete. It just looks weird to me. So I'm gonna be using the Lancome Brow Define Pencil. This is in dark blonde, which looks a little bit on the warm side for me, but it's in my collection. So I must have used it and liked it. At least I hope so. Otherwise it's just sitting in there. Give my brows a little bit of a brush here. Get them in place. Honestly, so far it is just a reasonable skinny pencil. I'm not seeing anything wrong with it. I wouldn't normally pick something so light, but maybe this will work today. That feels a little warm. Honestly, the pencil itself isn't bad. I don't know how I feel about the lighter brow yet. I'm gonna see what it looks like when I'm editing. But the pencil itself is fine. It's not too creamy. It's not too hard. It's got a nice precise tip to it. So far, so good. Now let's go into an eyeshadow base. This is by Smashbox. It is their Photo Finish Lid Primer in Light. I've been using the, what is this? It is the NARS Tinted Smudge Proof eyeshadow base a lot. So maybe it's like similar to this because this one is awesome. It's a little bit of a darker base than the NARS one, but that's fine. It's blending out very nicely, very smooth. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, no, that's great. Great, just great. Like it. Okay, now let's move on to eyeshadow. And we're gonna be playing with some colors today in some palettes that I have not played around with in a while. And they are the Huda Beauty Amethyst Obsession and Sapphire Obsession palettes, as well as the Fenty Beauty, their winter collection, their pigments that they have. And when I first tried these, I was like kind of meh about them, but I picked out some of my favorite colors and I figured we kind of layer them with a Huda Beauty one. Shh, phone. And we kind of see what the effect is like, and if these are worth keeping. Maybe I'll donate the ones that I don't use as often and kind of keep the ones that I will. So these are the shades right there. Super fun, lots of different colors to pick from. We have some metallic shades as well as some matte shades, and I figured this would be a good time to see what the quality's like because I genuinely have no idea. I remember playing around a little bit with the Sapphire one. I don't remember the Amethyst one though, so let's put some stuff on. I'm gonna start with the Amethyst palette, and I'm gonna take this shade at the bottom here, and we're going to put this whoa, she is pigmented, and I'm gonna stuff that into the crease. No, that's not the proper terminology, but that's what I feel like I'm doing. We went bold. We're going bold today. And I may have gone a little bit over the top, but I like it. So I played around with a bunch of the different eyeshadow colors, and I kind of like how it's turned out. So let's do the other side, and I will talk through my experience with them. So we're gonna start with the Sapphire palette. I wanted to go in and play around with a bunch of those matte shades because like sometimes with blues in particular, I don't know, I just find that they're not very pigmented. They just look very dry and patchy and they just don't show up really well. And I thought also like the kind of aqua color would look good with like this pinky tone. And you can see like it is showing up against the pink, which is really nice. So that was really promising. I was super excited about that. And I just popped that like right in like the center of the crease. And then I went in with the bright blue and I used that for the outer part of the crease. Again, wanting to test out and just see how pigmented they are, how well they blend into each other, how well they layer. Plus it's making like, look at that. It's almost making like a pretty purple tone. Oh, I love it. This isn't like my everyday look, and I may get some questions at school pickup time, but you know, whatever. Now going back in with the Amethyst palette, I have to say, so far the experience has been really good with both palettes. Like every time I've applied a shade, I'm like, ooh, I love it. So that's a really good sign, and I had a lot of fun playing with these and mixing them. I love that I could go back and forth and the colors really like vibed well together. And like sometimes You know, you just gotta have some fun with makeup. Normally I would wear more like the brown tones or maybe more of like the burgundies, but we went a little outside the box today. And then I took a little bit of this color right here, right in the middle of the Amethyst palette, which is a little bit lighter. It's brighter. When I was swatching it, I really loved how it looked and I was like, ooh, so pretty. I ended up putting a lot of different tones on top, but in replicating what I did exactly, we're gonna put it on. I feel like even if you wanted to go more subtle, you could just play around with like that color and one other shade and be really pretty. So then I went in with, what did I do next? I think I went in with the dark navy shade right here. And I just smudged that just along the lash line, like the outer lash line, because I still want a lot of those colors to pop through. This is what kids feel like when they're painting, because like, this is amazing. Ah, so much fun. Okay, not super blended. That's okay. We'll get to that. I went into the Fenty shade. So I started out with this color right here, which is Cleopatra. It has a little bit of a, more of a, like a greeny undertone to it, which I thought would be kind of nice, like greeny gold, I guess, in the inner corner. It just was a little, I don't know, just like it just didn't work. But what I did do instead was I took, what is this, Ice Cream, which is a pretty yellow gold, and I layered that on top of the pink in the inner corner, just for like a little warmth, you know, something a little different. And I love how it's gold, but it's not too gold. It seems to like work really well with all of the tones that I'm playing with today. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of my original pinky purple shade, and I'm just gonna use that to blend out the deeper blues and teals. Oh, and then I took a little bit of the purple Fenty shade. This is in February. And I pasted a little bit of that just on the outer edge, just to kind of make that cool tone purple pop and then go into the warmer tone. I really like that. This was a lot of fun. Not something that I would normally wear, but like the quality is really good. I'm really like digging a lot of these shades. I think I might donate a bunch of the loose Fenty shades that I wouldn't use on a normal basis, but these two for sure keeping. They were super beautiful and just fun to play with. I just realized I'm kind of matching my nail polish. This comes as no surprise to me because this happens so often. Why do I do this? Okay, moving on to mascaras. I have two different ones that I want to test out today. One is high-end, one is drugstore, and I figured we'll just apply one to each eye and see which one I like better. Or not at all, who knows? So the first one is by IT Cosmetics. It's their Superhero Mascara. And I think a lot of people love this mascara. There's so much blue eyeshadow under my eyes. Wow. Let's do a second coat. Or like several hundred coats. That's what we do here at RachhLoves. We apply enough mascara so we don't have to put on lashes. All right. There's one mascara. And the other one is the NYX Worth the Hype mascara. And this had a ton of hype around it. Hence the name. When it first launched, and I think I felt very meh about it when I first tried it, so it kind of went back in my drawer, but let's revisit it, shall we? Because sometimes mascaras, I don't know what it is, but sometimes when I let them just kind of like chill for a bit, they get better. Like a fine wine, they just get better with time. I don't actually know that because I dislike wine. Fun fact, I basically, if I'm gonna drink, it's only gonna be margaritas. Just thought everyone should know that. Okay, so I have two coats on both sides. Let's review this. All right, at first glance, I gotta say, it's gotta go to the NYX one, just because I got a little bit more length on that side. Both are very black. Both look good, but yeah, no, definitely the NYX side is better than IT Cosmetics. All right. Glad I figured that out. Oh my gosh, I have sparkles all over my hands. I was about to get into my face makeup. Maybe I should wash those first. Unless I want sparkles all over my face. Because sometimes I do. I cleaned up my hand, cleaned up under the eyes, and now going on to primer. The first one I want to test out is the Smoothing Primer by Tarte. And I honestly, I haven't used this in so long, and I feel like a lot of people really love this one, so I thought I would try this over my enlarged pores, like right smack dab in the middle of my face. Because where else would enlarged pores and like pimples live, other than the most attention-grabbing spot on your face? So I'm just going to press that specifically into those areas. I don't want it all over my face because this is a very heavy, almost like putty-like formula, and I want it to just be where I need it. Wow, that worked instantly. Wow. Okay, I like this. Wow, this has been a very successful video. Usually I'm really good about getting rid of stuff, but like, I still like a lot of this stuff. The other primer I want to try on the areas around the Tarte one is the Hourglass Serum Primer. This is, primer serum. Does it really matter? I don't know. Serum, primer, serum, or whatever. And I remember loving this, like loving this for a really long time. And then I just got new stuff and I started liking that. And then this kind of went to the side. So I'm bringing it back out and I want to know if I love it as much now as I did then. It's a gel-like consistency. I remember it smells really nice. I'm trying to avoid the areas where the Tarte stuff is. I feel like an oil serum would not mesh well with that. But if you have dry skin, you would probably really enjoy this. It feels really nice and hydrating on the skin. I really love that about it. And I really love the scent. Honestly, it's just smells really luxurious. And I feel like with the dry winter weather, my skin has been kind of itchy and a little bit more on the dry side. So I want to make it better. Next up, coffee break. And now for foundation. This is actually by Kiss New York. This is their Pro Touch Liquid Foundation. They sent a whole bunch of their new makeup products a while back, and I keep meaning to try this, and I haven't. I really love the Kiss lashes. They have really good quality lashes, in case anyone is interested. And I've tried their concealer, but I haven't tried their foundation. So let's try that today. The shade I am using is, what is this? This is Warm Nude. This is a good shade match. That's fine. So far, it's a very heavy formula. Like, it's going on pretty strong. I'm hoping it's going to sit well with the primer on, because it's obviously a much heavier primer. I would say it's medium coverage. It seems to be oxidizing on my skin a little bit too, but regardless, it is sitting well on my skin. Everything is looking good so far, so we'll see what it looks like by the end of the day. For concealer, we're gonna go with another drugstore find. This is by Milani, and it's their Retouch and Erase Light Lifting Concealer. This is in the shade Fair, which I believe is the lightest shade that they have, which seems like a good match, but like barely. If this oxidizes at all on my skin, it's gonna be too dark. Now, before I set everything, there are a couple of liquid products that I also want to apply to my face. I have two liquid blushes that I have not used in a while, and so I figured let's see if I want to put these on my face. Otherwise, they need to go to a good home. Stop hoarding your makeup, Rachel. First one is by NARS. This is their liquid blush in Hot Tin Roof, and the other one is by Stila, and this is their Aqua Glow Watercolor Blush in Shimmering Lotus. And so I figured I would swatch both of them on my skin, see what they look like, and then maybe either mix them or, whoa, that's really dark. Maybe just apply one of them. I don't know. That is Hot Tin Roof right there. That is a really dark blush for me. Even like in shearing it out, that still feels fairly dark. Let's put a little bit of the Stila one on, shall we? This one is definitely more orange toned, and it has some almost, honestly, I feel like the NARS one is just a little too dark for me. I must have bought it for testing it for some purpose, but like I feel like on a deeper skin tone, this would look so beautiful. I just feel like I'm not gonna reach for it as much as someone else would, you know? Let's try a little of the Stila one. See if it's something we want to be using more often. That's kind of pretty. It's very subtle. I do enjoy that. And then let's go in with a liquid bronzer, because I was in my drawer and I found one. This one is by Wet n Wild. Can't find the lid. Can't find the lid. There we go. It is the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Contour. And yeah, let's throw some of this on. I do a lot of contour, but I've been really into liquid products recently. I just feel like it looks so natural on the skin, and I really like the effect. And I'm using a wet sponge to apply because I find this gives the most natural result. I gotta say, I kind of like this. I like how it's looking on my skin. It's applying really nicely. I like the undertone. And then the last liquid product is a liquid highlight, and this is by YSL. It's their Touche Clay Glow Shot. Ooh, look at that color dough. I mean, color, consistency, like it's all there. Despite what I put on my hand, it is very sheer. I mean, I am putting it on with a sponge, so that is going to sheer it out a bit. Let's try with my fingertips. See if that looks any different when applied. Like, it's a it's a soft look. I don't think it goes so much with the eye look I've chosen today. I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. It's just, it's kind of there, but like it's not like exciting me. Like I'm not like super wowed by it. So might give that a new home. And moving on to the next part. For setting powder today, we're going to go in with the Milk Makeup Blur and Set Matte Loose Powder. I am very particular about the types of powders that I use, and there are like two that I just keep going back to. It's the Elizabeth Arden one and the Hourglass one, well also in the Laura Mercier one, but that's more of a finishing powder. Wow, sounding really high maintenance right now. But because I just keep going back to the ones that I love, I just need to go through my collection of powders and just be like, either you like it and you're going to use it, or give it to a new home. So really what I'm looking for from this powder is the blurring effects, not so much the mattifying. Don't really care about that. And I'm going to be putting an illuminating setting spray on top, so it doesn't even matter. So far so good. I like the way that it's applying so far. It seems to be like going on very smoothly. It's not emphasizing any fine lines or pores or anything like that. We'll see what it looks like by the end of the day or like throughout the day. I'll keep it so far though. And then I have a bunch of bronzers. I have so many bronzers, guys. The amount of bronzers that I have versus how often I just reach for Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer astounds me. But I just need to put these on my face and decide if I like them or not. One is the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. Looks like this. I feel like I'm gonna like this one because it has more of a yellowy undertone. It feels nice and light. I feel like I'm gonna like this one. Need to get my neck. Like this one so far. Let's go on to, what's this? This is the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Bronzer. This is in Ready to Go. This one feels a little bit more on the red side. It has a bit more of a sheen to it, which I mean, like I'm not opposed to a shiny bronzer, I'm gonna be honest. But I'm not really sure on the red tone, so we'll see. Oh, that is catching, oh no, absolutely not. That is not a neck bronzer. It's like all shiny in one spot right here, and it's like picked up on like this like weird patch right here. Oh no. Okay, gonna keep the Makeup Forever one. I am going to donate the Makeup Revolution one. Let's move on. Okay, now onto a powder highlight because one highlight is not enough. Also, totally forgot, I added a little bit of teal to the waterline, which I love. I love how this looks. It's the Marc Jacobs Highliner. This is in the shade Whirlpool. Obsessed. It's so pretty. And then I added a little bit from the Amethyst palette underneath the eyes. Started with the beginning shade kind of all over, and then smudge a little bit of this plum shade right along the lash line. Like, oh, I'm really kind of excited about this look. It's very different, but I like it. And the highlighter I'm going to use today is by Ofra, and this is their highlighter All of the Lights, which is like a cross section of all the different highlights that they own or make. Make, whatever. And I have Star Island, which is one that I love. Like, it's not so much the formula that I'm against or I haven't used in a while, because I do really love the Ofra highlights. They're gorgeous. So I use Star Island, but I'm just like, do I need this one as well? You know, because it's just got all the colors in it. I don't know. Do I need it? I feel like the answer will be yes, but I figured we might as well try it. So I'm going to swirl my brush in this, this is a lot of highlight. Let's dust a lot of that off. Then we're gonna sweep it on and see what we got here. Oh, that's pretty. Wowzer. It's got a little bit of a pinkier undertone than what I would normally reach for, just because these shades tend to skew a little bit more on the pinky side. But like, that's really pretty. I mean, again, it is partly the formula. The formula is really pretty for these. But that shade is really nice too. Oh, do I need it? Do you need it, Rachel? Are you sure? Are you sure yeah, you know what, I need it. I will say that it is skewing a little bit on the gray side. Not, like it's not gray, like it's definitely showing up super blinding and pretty, and maybe it's just these lights. But I just wanted to point that out, something I noticed. Let's put this on the inner corner of the eyes. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. The other thing that I did, I added some glitter. I just wanted to play around with the Pop Beauty Flash Shadow. This is the liquid eyeshadow, and I used, I think it's called Naked or something. Naked Glitz. And I just swept a little bit onto a brush and then kind of dabbed it over top of that gold, just for like a little like, you know, just like that extra pop. Because you know what? There just wasn't enough going on with this look. And then let's go on to the lips. I have a bunch of different lip products. I just kind of want to test and play and like put them all on. Basically everything that I'm testing today is in the nude realm. I did like a full declutter fairly recently of my lip products, so these are mostly ones that I have tried or am like really curious and interested in trying or keeping. So this is the Ofra shade in Bel Air. I can't talk while I'm doing this. Why am I trying? Oh, that's such a good nude. Such a good nude. It is picking up on this dry patch I have in my lips though. Darn winter weather. That's V-nice. That is V-nice. V much like many wows. This is Japanese Maple by MAC. Let's put some of that on top. Ooh, also pretty. It almost like lightens it a little bit. Okay, that's nice. Darn it. And then this is by YSL. It is their Tintin Balm. Let's like dab a little bit in the center. This is more of a pinky vibe and it's adding some moisture. Oh wow, that's a really nice combination. Well, that worked and didn't work. Looking to get rid of products, end up with a new lip combination that I love. And then let's set everything. This is the Makeup Revolution Pro Fix Illuminating Fixing Spray. We'll shake it up because typically if it's illuminating, it's got some glitter in it. The spray of this is really nice. I don't love the scent of it though. It doesn't have like it's almost like a chemically smell. Not in love with that, so I'm probably gonna donate that because I have so many setting sprays. Okay, so this is the look. I will update you guys tonight and we'll see how everything's looking specifically in the concealer, powder, foundation kind of realm, and see what I want to keep. Oh, that highlight though. But we'll see what I end up keeping and what I'm giving away, so I'll check in with you guys in a bit. All right guys, it is now at the end of the day and this is what my makeup is now looking like. I'll show you guys. Just get right up close. Right up close. I gotta say, I'm really still loving that highlight. That highlight game now. So now that you guys see what my makeup is looking like, I thought I would go through the products and just kind of lay them all out for you so you can see what I'm donating and what I'm keeping. And I feel like that'll be a little bit easier so I remember what products I actually put on my face. So let's go. All right, I have the basket of products that I use today. We'll start with the Fenty products because I just kind of pulled them out so you can see the colors. These are just the shades that I just wasn't reaching for and I feel like they deserve a better home. I will be keeping these two because I actually just really love them. The Tarte Primer, definitely going to be using that more often. I love the way that my pores look by the end of the day. It just did a fantastic job filling them in. The NYX Mascara I really loved. The Smashbox Lid Primer also really loved. The Makeup Revolution Fixing Spray, didn't love it, didn't love the scent of it. I have other setting sprays that I like a lot more, so I will be donating that one. Gonna be keeping this highlight. I know I have one so similar and I don't care. I don't care. The NARS blush is just, it's way too dark for me, and the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Bronzer is a little too red. I prefer something that has more of a yellow base, so I will be donating these ones. What else in here? The Ofra Liquid Lipstick. This is really pretty. Bel Air. Really like that shade. I don't know why I don't use it more often. And the Kiss, the foundation, it did oxidize a lot on my skin. This color right here is going to be way too pink. This is Natural Ivory, but I think I have a couple more shades. I did like how it looked on my skin. It's just this was way too dark. So maybe I'll find one that's a little bit lighter and then I can combine it because the effect is really pretty. The bronzer was actually really nice. The liquid one, the cushion one by Wet n Wild. Really like this. I've been into these like liquid products, although I have to say the YSL one just didn't impress me as much as I wanted to be impressed with this. It was just kind of fine. I'm going to be keeping this bronzer by Makeup Forever. This shade by Fenty, this is Cleopatra. I will be donating this one as well. The Milk Makeup powder was actually really nice. A little on the mattifying side, but I think that with a different setting spray, I think I'll really like this. The Huda Beauty palettes are beautiful. I really liked them. I loved how they all blended together. Super, super excited about those. The primer I really liked. The lip products I liked. These I didn't really get to experiment. I just kind of like played with them a little bit. So like I'll keep those around. The concealer was nice. I didn't like it so much with this powder, but I did like how it was kind of sitting on the skin and it did a pretty good like medium coverage kind of effect. But yeah, these are all the products that I'm going to be donating, and these ones as well as the amethyst one I'm going to be keeping. So this time around we actually kept a lot of products, more than I normally do. That's not great, but they are really nice products though. I'm excited. What do you guys think? Are there any products that I talked about today that you also really love? Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos every Thursday and Sunday. You can check out the videos on the side in case you have missed any. You know, just click away. And also leave me a comment there because I can see all your most recent comments on my phone, so I can see where you guys end up. So let me know if you come from this video. And that's everything. I hope you guys are having an awesome week, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Love you all. Mwah.